Waking up to 17 shot. Separate shootings happened in a span of 5 hours.
The road ahead could cost more. Illinois tollway leaders vote today on higher rates. Critics warn the impact could reach beyond the toll booth.
Plus, a little Irish spirit is coming to Chicago Gaelic Park. We are previewing Irish Fest, plus a live cocktail showcase in the house.
Ooh, and don't let a soggy spot spoil your garden. We're turning wet ground into growing ground with plants built for late summer. It's Wednesday, August 19th.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Hey everybody, top of the hour, ABC7Chicago.com, Disney Plus, and wherever you stream ABC7. I'm Terrell Brown.
I'm Val Warner. Good to be with you this morning. Let's take you outside, show you what we're working with today. And you know what that song is from,
Show
right?
what you're working with.
Right. Tracy, blue skies. What a refreshing sight.
You know what? It just caught my eye. You two should be doing a promo shoot together today.
Oh,
Red on. Terrell, it matches Terrell's tie.
A week from today.
Exactly.
Yeah, a week from today. We're the same thing.
Exactly. Exact same outfit.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Yeah, you know, fog is our biggest weather conundrum this morning. Quarter-mile visibility, Valparaiso, and over around the Joliet area. So just be mindful of that. Things are quiet. It is dry. It is now 63 in Zion and in Westville. Also, numbers are in the 60s all over the map this morning. This afternoon, make our way up into the 70s. Could be an isolated spotty shower, and especially south. Full forecast ahead. Diane.
All right, we're going to start off with a crash out in Romierville. In fact, Romierville has kind of a hot spot this morning. We've had a few crashes out there. This is Weber and Remington. If you're familiar with that area, it's that industrial area. So just be aware of that because we are definitely seeing some delays down there for sure. Speaking of delays, inbound in the Stevenson, roughly around 38 minutes coming in. Same time on the Ike. It's that Kennedy. It's really not that bad. Only 35 minutes coming inbound, only a half hour going out. We've got a delay on the Bishop Ford that looks kind of suspicious to me, right around 103rd, but nothing's reported there. So we'll wait to see if there is a crash there. And then out to our tollways we go on the Tri-State just before Route 176. Let's go to our tollway camera. You see this crash, vehicle slammed into the wall. We had some injuries involved. It was 2 right lanes down, now down to 1 right lane and right shoulder. Val and Terrell, hopefully they'll have this thing opened up soon. There was at least 1 person transported to it.
Got it. All right, Diane, appreciate it. Thank you. Take a look at your screen right here. At least 17 were shot in 5 separate incidents overnight. It all happened within about 5 hours on the city's south and west sides.
The violence comes as city leaders tout a drop in crime in Chicago.
Evelyn Holmes live at CPD headquarters with where things stand as of this morning. Ev, good morning.
Good morning. Well, that 16-year-old, we're told, was shot during a drive-by shooting on the city's southwest side, really in the little village neighborhood. Now, the teen was one of several teenagers involved in shootings in basically a half dozen incidents that occurred on the city's south and west sides. The violence comes as city leaders, as well as the Chicago Police Department, say that crime is down. Now, investigators say the deadly attack involving that 16-year-old happened during the overnight hours near 26 and Hamlin. Officials say the teen was standing outside when a vehicle drove past and a gunman inside that vehicle opened fire. The boy was shot in the head and chest and later died at an area hospital. Earlier in the evening, 2 16-year-olds and an 18-year-old were also shot a few miles away near Central and Adams. Officers on the scene say one of the 16-year-olds was grazed with a bullet but refused medical treatment. The 2 other teens are in critical condition. On the city's south side, another 16-year-old is expected to be okay after he was shot near 117th and Normal in Chicago's West Pullman neighborhood. Now, there are also additional shooting victims, a 16-year-old girl as well as a 17-year-old boy. The shootings come as the latest data from the Chicago Police Department shows that crime is down. According to their data, shootings in the past 12 months are down more than 27% from the yearly average of the prior 3 years. Back to you.
Okay, Evelyn, thank you. 2 Chicago police officers were hurt in this crash. Police say the driver of an SUV blew through a traffic light and hit the police SUV. It happened just after 3 this morning at 119th and State in West Pullman. The officers and the driver are expected to be okay. Police say citations and charges are expected.
The lights are still out for many in northwest Indiana this morning. It's been more than a week since severe storms caused widespread damage. Last night, Griffith neighbors and town leaders called on NIPSCO to move faster. NIPSCO says this is the worst outage in company history. It's asking customers to be patient.
This tree's been here as long as the home, and we've never been out of power for longer than 24 hours, and this has been the worst I've ever seen.
Could be another week before power is fully restored. Right now, nearly 84,000 customers are still in the dark.
More food giveaways this afternoon to support people in Northwest Indiana. One giveaway is at noon. It's at the Salvation Army Gary Maryville Corps Community Center. Another is at 3 o'clock, and it's at Living Hope Church on West Taft Street in Maryville. It's open to everyone, and no registration is needed. A disaster declaration is now in effect across parts of Illinois this morning. Governor Pritzker issued the proclamation after weeks of severe storms. The National Weather Service now confirms 8 tornadoes hit the area last week. The order covers Cook, DuPage, LaSalle, and Will counties. It also includes Lake and Kane counties for storms last month. The declaration makes more state resources available immediately. Hang with us here. We're staying on top of the outages with the ABC7 Power Outage Tracker. You can scan that QR code on the screen right there, or you can find it on our news app and on our news app. Higher tolls could be coming. The Illinois Tollway Board votes today on a major rate hike. Stephanie Wade breaks down what it could cost you. Steph.
Good morning. The Tollway says the extra money is needed for major infrastructure upgrades, but some drivers and truckers tell us the timing is tough because of rising gas and oil prices. This will be the state's largest toll hike if approved, but it has garnered mixed reaction from the public. People who support the proposal say the investment could improve safety, create jobs, and help upgrade roads across the state. The Tollway's Driving Connections plan calls for $26.5 billion in investment over 15 years. Tolls would increase starting January 1st, with additional increases built in every 2 years. Under the proposal, the average passenger toll will go up from an average of 7 cents per mile to 11 cents per mile, which the Illinois Tollway points out is still less than the national average of 16 cents per mile. While truck drivers and trucking companies will take a hit in the short term, ultimately, they say, the pinch will be felt throughout the supply chain. If it's more expensive to get your goods to the grocery store, it will also be eventually affecting your pocketbook. Now, the last time the agency approved raising tolls was back in 2011. It was a controversial action then that nearly doubled costs for drivers. Today's board meeting begins later on this morning. Back to you.
Stephanie Wade this morning. Steph, thank you. The U.S. Navy may be running on empty. The USS Benfold lost power in the South China Sea. About 300 sailors reportedly lost air conditioning, toilets, and much of their drinking water. The ship was heading to relieve the USS Lincoln. That crew has spent a record 268 days at sea supporting the war with Iran. Meanwhile, South Korea says joint U.S. military drills will end 6 days early. A federal agency says the University of Illinois Chicago may have violated the law over anti-Semitic harassment. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission says it found reasonable cause to believe Jewish and Israeli faculty were subjected to unlawful harassment. UIC must now work with the EEOC to try to resolve the case. If that fails, the school could face a lawsuit. The finding came Tuesday after 3 UIC professors filed complaints. We spoke with an attorney representing one of the faculty members. The attorney did not provide details about the alleged harassment.
UIC is failing Jewish faculty members, students, and its entire Jewish community on all fronts. And it's really terrible that they're not willing to take basic steps to protect their Jewish community members.
UIC says it is reviewing the findings, and the university says, quote, UIC condemns anti-Semitism, hate, and discrimination in all its forms. We take seriously any allegations of harassment or bias within our campus community.
NASCAR is pumping the brakes on Chicago. The street race will not return downtown in 2027. NASCAR says a deal could not be reached in time. This year's race moved to Joliet. Both NASCAR and Mayor Brandon Johnson Mayor Brandon Johnson's office says a Chicago return is still possible.
The Cubs walked it off again. Game 2 of the Crosstown Classic started. Pete Crow Armstrong again with a leadoff home run, and then rain forced an 88-minute delay. Still tied up though in the 9th when Alex Bregman drove in the winning run. So Cubs beat the Sox 4-3 in this one. The series wraps up today at Wrigley. First pitch, 1:20 this afternoon.
All right, let's go, teams. Your live and local news just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, a little luck, a lot of tradition, and one big festival ahead. We're getting you ready for Irish Fest.
Call it a hazy hello to Wednesday. Fog and muggy air out there to start the day, but for how long? Get your 12-hour ABC7 AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Dispute over donated land.
This is the land you envisioned a playground.
Yes.
The I-Team investigating why one veteran's legacy has been denied for decades.
I don't understand why.
Jason Knowles goes looking for answers. Coming up next.
Good morning to you. Well, this morning, our biggest weather issue is the fact that we do have a bit of fog in the area, and you can still feel a touch of that humidity out there too. This afternoon, any thunderstorm that develops is going to be south of I-80, kind of south of LaSalle over toward Rensselaer line, south of that. Most of us should have a dry day, and it will be cooler along the lake. The rest of the week, our high temperatures are going to come in below average. Let's check the visibility with the fog. It seems to be at its worst, over in Valparaiso, as well as down toward the Joliet area. Now, last night, wow, did we get hit with some rain. Those storms produced over an inch of rain, in some cases over an inch and a half worth of rain across some of those northern suburbs, and then we saw what it did to the Cubs-Sox game yesterday. Well, we're starting off the day with a bit of sun, but here's our futurecast suggesting once again this afternoon an isolated thunderstorm is not something that we can rule out. But generally, it's looking like Friday night into Saturday is our next real chance for some thunderstorms. 67 degrees right now out at O'Hare. We do have a fair amount of cloud cover this morning. And once again, just watch out for some of those foggy spots this morning. Tomorrow, watch out for a lovely day. Diane.
Seeing a not so lovely delay on the Bishop Ford outbound, which is very rare for this time in the morning. It's right there. Zoom in a little closer. IDOT says there is a crash that's reported on the outbound side near Dalton. But these delays are very significant. We're talking about before 127th going outbound on the Ford or southbound on the Ford. So tack on a lot of extra time, maybe even 20 minutes to get through that delay. Or if you have the option, I would take I-57 instead. It is delay free right now. I told you in my last live report about that crash on the Tri-State right around 176 on the southbound side. Chopper 7 is overhead. The crash itself is gone. Great news there. But the delay remains. So we've got delays. It's not stop and go. It is opening up a little bit, but right around Belvedere is where they begin. But it is getting a lot better. Back to the graphics we go. Quickly, I wanted to show you a live picture of the Kennedy coming inbound right now. Actually, the outbound side of the Kennedy, so the traffic to the right of your screen, is heavier than the traffic to the left. So it's 45 minutes to head out to the big airport, 40 minutes coming inbound onto the Dan Ryan. We go. This is right around Sox Park. A quick 25 minutes, 95th Street to downtown Valentorel.
Okay, got it, Diane. Breaking news from overnight, a deadly stabbing in Little Village. Police found a woman inside of a home on South Christiana. She did not survive. A man was also taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police have not said what led up to that stabbing. No arrests have been made. And there's new scrutiny over flock license plate cameras. 2 officers are accused of misusing the system. One in Wisconsin was jailed. Another in Massachusetts could lose his job. The cameras scan plates and store the data. ABC7's I-Team has also reported on their use in South Suburban Harvey. Now privacy concerns are growing. Flock says that new safeguards are coming. Property tax bills are due soon. Today, Cook County leaders will discuss options for appealing them. The second installment bills for the 2025 tax year will be mailed in 2 weeks. Homeowners can already view and pay their bill online. Payment is due October 1st. While the I-Team investigates the battle over what should be done with land which was donated to an area city more than 50 years ago. A local woman is fighting that town and wants her late parents' wishes of a playground on that property to be granted. Investigator Jason Knowles is digging into this dispute.
A local woman says her family wanted the donated land to be a playground, but decades later, a cell phone tower sits on the land. Now the I-Team is reviewing the deed in an old ordinance which said the property should have been a place for children to play.
My dad strongly believed in community service and giving back to your community.
Jean Nackert says her late parents, Eugene and Marion Stevenson, wanted this plot of land in the city of Marseilles in LaSalle County to be a park. This is the land you envisioned a playground?
Yes, this is the land my dad donated for the kids for a playground, yes.
And 50 years later?
Nothing, it's grass, that's it. I'd like to see a basketball court. You could put pickleball in there, you could put tennis. You could fence it in, the kids would love it.
Blocks away from the land in question, there is a small public playground named after her family where we interviewed Nackerts, but she says she's still fighting for her father's dream. So they said this playground takes the place of your playground?
Yes.
And you say?
No.
She showed the I-Team this deed where her father and his friends donated the land to the city of Marseilles in 1972.
It's a veteran who's giving to the youth. Why aren't you fulfilling that? I see no reason why they didn't. I'd like to hear from them why.
The deed says property shall be used by the city of Marseilles, Illinois for public purposes and shall at no time be sold. While it doesn't specify a playground, Nackerts said her family's wishes were expressed then, and in 2009 the city passed this ordinance saying that a playground shall be established. Local newspapers even covered those developments. The ordinance also noted that most of the revenue from the cell phone tower on the lot would be used to develop the park.
Just seeing all the kids play, that would be amazing.
Some residents also say they're still hoping it will happen.
A lot of people were looking forward to it, so I think they should do it.
I went into the offices of the city of Marseilles to see if the mayor, Jim Hollenbach, wanted to talk about the decades-long dispute. After several weeks and many emails, we did hear back from an attorney for the city of Marseilles who pointed out that the deed does not contain any reference to a park, adding the city clearly continues to meet the public purpose requirement given the functioning well, water tower, and a water treatment facility on the property, and added that the park would not be feasible. As for that ordinance, the city says there was no record of a required change to the deed by the family after the ordinance passed, and since that condition wasn't met, the ordinance was never put into action. The city of Marseilles added that money from the cell tower lease was used to develop that other park down the street.
I don't see the logic, and I'm hoping this helps us create my dad's wishes, because I don't see any reason why it hasn't been fulfilled.
Nackerts has an attorney and she may file a lawsuit. The deed also says in the event of a breach, the title would revert to the grantor's heirs. Do you want it back?
I don't want it back. I want a playground. I want the money to go in for the youth.
City documents show that the cell tower lease on the property in question has brought in more than $250,000 in revenue in recent years. The family is still hoping that revenue will someday be used to develop a park on that land in question around the cell tower. However, the city does not appear to be budging on its position. Jason Knowles, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
Vandals left their mark on the Bally's casino project. Graffiti was sprayed near the top of the River West building. Bally says it is reviewing security to prevent this from happening again. The company has also slowed some construction. It points to a city council plan that would allow hundreds of video gaming terminals across Chicago. Rosemont is stepping up security at Allstate Arena. The Village is buying 12 walk-through metal detectors. They should arrive in 4 to 6 weeks or so. Until now, security has been relied on by handheld detectors. And one last chance to wonder. Wonder Museum is closing its doors. The immersive Chicago attraction opened in 2018. Its last day coming up on September 7th. So if it's still on your list, time is running out.
All right, today is day 2 of the Valor Games Midwest. The 14th annual event kicked off yesterday at Soldier Field. The games bring together disabled veterans from across the country for 3 days of sporting events. More than 100 vets are trying to take part in events like rowing, biathlon, and tennis. They're hosted by the Chicago Park District in 3 different parks across the city.
The veterans come out from all over the country, and this is the time they get to see their friends, so we're always excited for that.
The games continue today at Lincoln Park's archery range. They conclude on Thursday at McKinley Park.
All right, still to come, more of today's top stories, plus weather and traffic, all coming up.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. At least 7 teenagers were shot on Chicago's south and west sides overnight. We have a look at where those shootings happened over a span of 5 hours. Chicago police say a 16-year-old was killed in the Little Village neighborhood, and we're told the teen was standing near 26th and Hamlin when somebody drove by and opened fire. On the west side, 2 16-year-olds and an 18-year-old were shot near Central and Adams. One of the teens will be okay at last check. The other 2 are in critical condition. And on the far south side, another 16-year-old is expected to recover after he was shot near 117th and Normal. So far, we have not heard whether there are any arrests in any of these shootings. Let's get a check of the ABC7 AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Tracy Butler.
Hi there, Tanya. We do have quite a bit of fog in some of our southern suburbs and northern Indiana. Quarter-mile visibility, Michigan City, but just had a real nice improvement reported in Valparaiso. Half-mile visibility still in Joliet, but the local airports seem to not be impacted with any fog. Currently, it is 63 in Zion and in Aurora. It is 67 in Maryville. Today's high temperatures, mid to upper 70s, coming in below average here for today. Diane, after this.
If you want total health care from a provider you trust,
hi, Blair.
Right in the palm of your hand? If you want soup, sweatpants, and 0 in-person contact. If you want wellness wherever, our virtual primary care delivers with great website manner.
No worries.
So choose your doctor from our profiles and enjoy the healthiest online relationship you've ever had. House calls have evolved. Advocate Healthcare.
Still looking at some travel times coming in towards 40 to 45 minutes, with the exception of the Kennedy outbound is actually heavier with the travel time nearing 50 minutes as opposed to the inbound side at 45. Outbound in the Bishop Ford, we still have a crash at Dalton. IDOT is now with it. About a half of a mile of a delay on the outbound side, which is rare. We don't typically see an outbound delay, but it obviously is because there's a lane down there. If you want to avoid that delay, just take I-57 instead. Northbound on the Tri-State, we do have a crash at 115th, and it does look to be like in at least one lane, causing about a mile of a delay there.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Another live look outside this morning, downtown Chicago on a Wednesday hump day. Looking good too. We'll see where we go here. Cooler temperatures on the way. More from Tracy. Yeah, I hope it's not a sign of the season. Don't even get me started. But summer is not over yet. We're going to claim it. Illinois Democrats take center stage at the state fair today. They enter the fall campaign with every statewide office and supermajorities in the General Assembly. Before Governor J.B. Pritzker hosts Governor's Day at noon, Democrats will get together for their annual County Chairs Brunch. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren will headline that. The event will also honor Senator Dick Durbin as he prepares to leave the Senate after 3 decades. Republicans get their day tomorrow. Ready for takeoff? You can step inside a Thunderbird cockpit today without even leaving Chicago. A new virtual reality experience opens at the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry. You can also check out the helmets that those pilots wear in the sky. Some Thunderbird pilots will actually be out there for a meet and greet this morning. It all starts at 10 o'clock.
A familiar corner is turning a new page. A new Barnes & Noble opens today at State and Randolph. It's just steps from our State Street studios. The space once housed a flagship Borders bookstore. A local author will help cut the ribbon this morning at 9. She'll also sign copies of her book.
All right, coming up this morning, streaming at 7 o'clock. Are you ready for a little Irish spirit? We're live this morning with your Irish Fest preview.
Call it karma with a camera. Gen Z's favorite online habits are getting a brutally funny review from Gen Alpha.
And then this cat has its own way to hydrate. The paw first drink. That's getting some attention this morning.
And this, some flowers are late bloomers. Hardy hibiscus waits, then puts on a show. What grows in wet spots and what backyard birds need to know.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Blue skies to start the day. We had some clouds, though, right?
Yeah, and fog.
And fog. Wednesday,
watch.
August 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Got to watch out for the fog. So that's our biggest weather issue right now. I know we had some heavy rain in the area last night. Still a little bit of that humidity that you feel out there. But if you're going to the Sox-Cubs game this afternoon, don't worry about any game interruptions like we had last night. Diane.
Well, that's good. All right, let's go out to the roads and check out what's going on. We've got a couple crashes out there this morning, so we'll start things off with the Ford. We've got a crash outbound at Dalton, causing some pretty significant delays. Northbound on the Tri-State, 115th, got a crash there as well. One more for you on southbound Veterans Memorial Tollway, the ramp to eastbound I-80. This one's on the shoulder. It shows a delay. I didn't see one on the camera, so I think you're okay.
Got it. Okay, Diane, thanks. When we get to what we're talking about today, the generation gap is getting younger. Gen Z roasting millennials.
Now Gen Alpha is roasting them. ABC's Danny New explains.
2, 1.
I suppose the time has come.
Wait, I'm literally obsessed!
When now Gen Z is old enough to be mocked by the next generation.
Were you trying to make fun of Gen Z the way that people online think that you were?
Yes, they do it so ridiculously. It's actually insane.
Tosha here is a 12-year-old member of Gen Alpha who, for the past few weeks,
First, as you know, we're going to do ASMR.
has been picking up millions of views for her impersonations of the 20-something-year-old influencers she sees trying food on her feed. However, some are now lauding her as a hero. One commenter writing, Gen Alpha serving karma to Gen Z on behalf of us millennials.
What would your advice be to Gen Z?
Maybe don't exaggerate on a strawberry.
For the record, though, Tosha, her mom Anna, and her sister Paula were not the first to come up with this idea.
Working 9 to 5.
But they do have a unique way of taking on trends from their home in Scotland, which means, yes, Tosha is actually putting on an American accent, too.
Do you have a favorite American word or phrase you like to say in an American voice?
Orange.
Let's go. I absolutely hate this.
But is their carefree comedy now bordering on poignancy? I asked two of ABC's younger staff members to watch and give their feedback.
Very good impression. I just hate
It's difficult
that.
to watch, though.
Yeah, it's difficult to watch.
Some amazingly orange carottes.
But for Tosha and Paula, they know one day their time will come too, from Generation Beta.
Like the Gen Betas are going to be making fun of us.
How will that feel?
I'd be upset. Funny. It's funny, but I'd be upset.
By the way, Tosha and Paula said the other word they're obsessed with hearing Americans say is block. Block, 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 block. In New York, for ABC News, block. I'm Danny New.
And yeah, Gen Alpha knows the cycle won't stop with them. Tosha says Generation Beta will probably be next to return the favor.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
And she may laugh now because she admits that it may sting though when her turn comes.
Because it will. It will.
For trends from Gen Z. So do you think that this is all?
I just think she was a little sassy.
Grown.
A little bit, yeah.
Grown. Very grown.
Oh, grown.
Yeah. But it is fun to watch them make fun of what they see with all these creators and influencers. And, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That.
We'll get a break in.
I'm an influencer now.
Back after this.
Just read it. Alrighty, so talk about putting your best paw forward. Check out this cat trying to get a drink of water. Instead of taking a sip, Pixie dips its paw into the glass, then it licks the water off the paw. And yes, you can even spot ABC7 playing in the background. Tracy, you received this video. What did you make of this little thirsty little cutie pie?
I couldn't believe it. It would be so much easier for him to just go to his little water bowl, but or milk bowl or whatever. But yeah, I got this from Indra, and she couldn't believe what she was seeing as she was watching ABC7, by the way. And Pixie with the water glass on the counter, and yeah, a 6-year-old cat that Indra adopted from the West Suburban Humane Society out there in Downers Grove. But Pixie, you're genius, absolutely genius. All right, well, this morning we do have some poor visibility due to some fog in the area. Quarter-mile Michigan City, half-mile out toward Joliet, but we did see some improvement with the visibility concerns over in Valparaiso, as well as over in Southwest Michigan too. But just know there is a little bit of shallow fog in some spots. Well, right now we're managing to see some rays of the sun out there. 71 right now, Northerly Island, 72 degrees currently in Gary. We have 63 degrees right now in Waukegan, 69 right now in Joliet, and 61 degrees in Woodstock. If you are going to the Sox-Cubs game, we are going to see a situation where the wind is blowing in today. So yeah, wind coming in, high temperatures today, officially mid to upper 70s. It will be cooler along the lakefront. It most likely will be lower end of the 70s out at Wrigley this afternoon. Diane.
All right, let's get to what's going on this morning, Tracy, because I have a couple of new things to tell you about. The first thing I want to tell you, though, is this crash is finally cleared. It did create about a mile of a delay, but that delay is getting significantly better. It's outbound on the Bishop 4 right at Dalton, so that crash now gone. And then I've got another crash for you. It's on the Veterans Toll, so I brought you this earlier. It's on the ramp. Let's go to our Tollway 1 camera if we can. I know, Davis, I told you chopper first, but I need to get to Tollway 1 if you can take it. So it's on the ramp to eastbound I-80. There it is right there. They're now able to push it all over to the side. So this is good news because initially the ramp was partially blocked. So now everything is on the right shoulder. Let's go up to chopper 7 there over the Eisenhower right around Central. You see slow moving traffic really in both directions according to chopper 7. Take a look at their live picture above. So let's give you some of these travel times. So coming in on the Ike at about 50 minutes, heading back outbound a little closer to 35. So not terrible on the outbound side, but definitely have growing travel times on that inbound side. I think we're going back to Tracy.
We are, Diane, because look who's here with us, our favorite garden and yard coach. She is Jennifer Brennan. Yes, she deserves applause, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I feel like I'm walking through the prairie here.
You know, that was the whole plan, you know, and the prairie is just looking gorgeous now. And all these wonderful prairie natives, they're in full bloom right now.
But have they responded okay to all of the rain that we have had?
Well, the ones that I brought in today are ones that if you have a bit of a soggy area, these will withstand that. So like the goldenrod right here, and right above it is the liatris. That's that purple spike right above your arm. And then any of the hostas for the shade. You know, they're not natives, but they're okay in a soggy area. You know, of the garden. So and we've had what I think, didn't we have about 6 inches in July?
Oh yes,
and we've had
above average.
4 for the first half of August. So we've been, you know, it's been hot, but hot and wet as opposed to the last 3 summers where it was hot and dry.
Is there anything you would want to water right now?
Well, you need to water the newly planted plants. You know, you need to treat them like they're intensive care patients because their roots are right in their root ball, and it takes 6 to 8 weeks for it to, them to grow out into the surrounding soil. So you want to water those every other day.
Is there anything you would recommend we plant? It's kind of late in the summer to be planting anything, isn't it?
No, you can plant every month that has a vowel in it, and
I guess that would be just about every month.
And when when the soil isn't frozen solid. So this and approaching August 15th through September 15th is the ideal time.
Yeah.
I mean the ideal time.
Wow, that's fantastic. Can we get a shot? I want to ask you about this pot that is in the front, because I want to know what that little purple thing is
Well, that's
in
a
the
pepper.
front. It's a pepper?
That's an ornamental pepper, and with that, with the purple pepper on it, and then they're pointed. And this is this is what we call a grab-and-go pot. All of these plants come from Lurvy's Home and Garden.
Okay, all right.
And this is what they call a grab-and-go. So you come in, you don't have time to plant your own. You grab it and go, and you drop it into your decorative container.
It's beautiful.
So you can see this is like a fiber pot, and it's a grab-and-go drop-in.
Okay.
And then they're actually having their customer appreciation weekend this weekend. So
oh, well, we
it's gonna be really
appreciate that.
fun. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of dropping by, if we want to attract some birds to drop by,
yes, and it's
what
so
are we trying to
important.
get right now?
So the Baltimore Oreos are actually flying back. Any of them that went a little further north, they're starting to migrate back. So get
already
the jelly and the orange feeders out for them.
Okay.
And then they're teaching their fledglings how to feed.
Okay.
So get these out and get them stocked back up. Keep your hummingbird feeders up. And
what is this in the front here?
If you just want to attract, if you see hummingbirds in your yard and you want to put a feeder out for them, this is called Simply Nectar. And it's a little carton, and you screw the tip on, and it has the hanger built in, and then it's nectar.
It looks like a little juice box.
It's a juice box for hummingbirds. Isn't that fun?
So and especially this would be great for youngsters who want to, maybe start a little hummingbird experiment in the yard. Now, is this finches?
These are finches.
Okay.
And the goldfinches are late. Where Baltimore Orioles are early, goldfinches are late, and so they didn't mate and have their fledglings until midsummer, and now they're bringing them to the feeders, and they'll be around. The ones that are here in the summer sometimes go south. The ones for the north move here and stay for the winter.
Okay.
So you always want to use the Niger seed, but you want to make sure that if it's in the feeder, it's emptied out in a month, because it has an oil in it that can turn rancid. So you want to be able to use your bag of Niger within 3 months, and make sure the feeder gets changed, every once a month. And then these mesh are better because, especially as hot as it's been this summer, that oil can turn real quickly.
Okay.
So this mesh helps it aerate and cool off better.
And then you can make your own hummingbird nectar, correct?
You can. You just do sugar and water.
Okay.
It's eight cups of sugar. I mean,
8 cups.
8 cups of
Whoa!
water. 8 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar.
Okay.
And then there's a mix, called, and this is a mix, and they both have nectar defender in it, and it's a chelated copper that keeps the nectar from turning to alcohol.
Wow.
And it lasts for two weeks.
Oh, well, speaking of, a big thanks to Jennifer Brennan, Horticultural Consulting. And if you have a garden question, she is your go-to. She can help, and you can reach her at info@jenniferbrennanhorticulture.com.
Yes, please send your questions.
Yeah, please send your questions. And you never know, we might answer some of your questions on the air as well. Val and Terrell, I know we always have there's a line when Jennifer comes in,
oh,
right?
gosh, yeah.
She is hugely popular in the studio, that's for sure. And
rock
beyond.
star.
Thank you and
so
beyond.
much. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies. So Irish Fest, Irish Spirit, and the live cocktail showcase. We're getting you ready for the celebration at Gaelic Park.
Plus, you never know who is watching. The doorbell camera catching strangers putting their best foot forward. Sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You good?
Is that okay?
Well, a little or a lot of Irish spirit is taking over Chicago Gaelic Park. Irish Fest is coming up. Music, entertainment, plenty to experience. And here's the guy to tell us all about it. Bill Houlihan from Tullamore Dew joins us live with a preview. In a few minutes, I am going to bring in my official taste testers.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
To really kind of get a sampling here. Tell us a little bit first about Irish Fest.
Oh my gosh, Irish Festival. Gaelic Park just celebrated 40 years last year. So Irish Fest, I guess we could say 40 years old now.
Yeah.
A little over 40 years. You know, a bunch of Irish immigrants and Irish Americans, laborers got together to build Gaelic Park. That was in 1982, and then in 85 it came to life. So it's been a tradition within the Irish American diaspora here in Chicago for 40 years.
Wow.
It was a rite of passage for myself when I was a young man at 21 years old to go see some of the big bands. And it's still a really great time and family friendly for everybody that wants to get out there this weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, it's 3 days, but on Saturday there's a really special experience with Tullamore Dew.
There is the Tullamore Dew experience at 5 o'clock. You can purchase your tickets online.
Okay.
Today is the last day to purchase your tickets for the discounted price, but you can still get tickets at the door as well for the Tullamore Dew experience.
What's included in that experience?
So we're going to talk about the history of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey.
And it goes back to when? Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore Dew is 1829.
Wow.
In County Offaly, Tullamore.
Wow.
Yeah.
And dew is for...
It's not resonated that people think it's like, you know, the morning dew off the grass or anything like that. It's Daniel Edmund Williams. So he was the kind of the pioneer behind Tullamore Dew, who brought it to its life and made it the first triple blended Irish whiskey in the world, which is still is one of the only ones today.
That's so unique.
It was the only one.
Right.
Now, you know, we have some company.
But still, it was the forerunner, if you will.
Forerunner, the pioneer.
So within the experience, you get what?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of the brand.
Okay.
We're going to talk about what's going on within the category of Irish whiskey these days, how it's growing, what makes Tullamore Dew unique from other whiskeys out there.
Okay.
And then we're going to sample some of it. So you're going to be able to sample some Tullamore Dew honey, some of our regular. We're going to do our XO, and hopefully the guests love it.
Okay, well, speaking of guests and taste testers, are you able to pour a little something?
Of course.
And I'm going to invite our guest taste testers in here. You may know some of them. Diane and Val and Terrell, all here. Give us a demonstration of how a pour would go.
Great. So all weekend long, we'll have the Tullamore Dew horse trailer that will be there at Gaelic Park. So there'll be all kinds of stuff. You can go to the Tullamore Dew experience, and then you can go out into, I guess, the county area, the courtyard, I don't know what the proper word to call it, the fields, the fairgrounds.
Okay. There you go.
And the trailer will be there at night. It's got a big sign. It'll be lit up. You'll see it during the day. There'll be these cocktails. So today I'm just going to do a simple Tully honey and lemonade.
All right, let's see you do it. Let's see you do it.
We launched the Tully honey a little over 2 years ago. So it's made with natural Bohemian honey from the western part of Czechoslovakia.
Okay.
They say that in...
I think Tracy does want one today because it's your parents' 65th wedding anniversary.
It is my parents' 65th.
And I think we should all toast to them.
We should toast.
I like that idea.
I would agree with you, yes.
They would be. They would toast, wouldn't they?
Oh, are you kidding?
I know.
That is 5 o'clock right now. Somewhere all day long.
Don't worry about it. I got you, Mr. and Mrs. Butler. Congratulations.
Yeah. They have happy hour every day. they do, except during Lent.
Except during that. Hey, that's one of the keys to success.
So when building this cocktail, I'm just going to do 1 part of the honey and then 3 parts of the lemonade.
Okay.
I'm going to stir it, and then we're going to top it off with soda, and I'm going to garnish it with the lemon whip.
Oh my goodness, get to it. It sounds so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back after the break and do our little taste test, correct?
Sounds good, Tracy.
Stay with us.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
And a look at that forecast for you today. We do have some sun out there right now, but some fog, especially toward Valparaiso and Joliet. Highs today in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, sounds good, Tracy. Let's get you caught up on what's trending today.
I got something I want to talk about.
Madonna topping Taylor Swift in the MTV Video Music Award nominations. The network says Madonna earned 11 nominations. The 68-year-old pop icon has now been nominated in every decade of her musical career. Swift had the second most nominations with 9. The 2026 VMAs will be in Los Angeles on September 27th. Shakira is pledging to help rebuild at least 10 schools in a remote region of Colombia. Her home country was devastated by last week's earthquake that killed hundreds and affected thousands of educational sites. The music superstar made a surprise visit to damaged schools and has committed support from her foundation.
Olivia Colman.
Oscar-winning actress Olivia Colman is the latest to join the star-studded Only Murders in the Building cast. The 6th season of the hit Hulu comedy is currently in production in the UK. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News. And happy birthday to John Stamos. He turned 63 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Dave Packer, ABC News.
All right, Dave, a new nature series follows one lion family for 4 years. Lion centers on a young cub named Keo. Crew spent about 1,400 days with the pride. They caught danger, loss, and family bonds. The series follows Keo as he grows into a possible future leader.
A little sidewalk chalk got a neighborhood moving. A Baltimore woman drew a dance floor and wrote "Bust a Move." Well, her doorbell camera caught people doing just that. Neighbors danced. Even an Amazon driver joined in. Dowdy hoped that to make people smile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, instead, she started a whole movement here, a sidewalk dance party.
I love it.
I do too. And for the very latest breaking news, weather and traffic, ABC7 is now live on Disney Plus, always on, always under the live tab on Disney Plus and everywhere that you stream.
Before we get out of here this hour, it is the 65th anniversary of these two right here, Dave and Amy Butler, and that would be Tracy Butler's parents.
My mommy and daddy. So we say cheers with Tullamore Dew this morning to my parents, and I'm sure they'll be having some today.
They already have.
They already have, yes.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to Bill Houlihan. Thank you.
Yes, cheers.
From Tullamore Dew.
Yes. It's family friendly, so remember that the kids, there's activities for all the kids this weekend.
Not this.
No, not this. This is for
Irish
adults
Fest
only.
this weekend.
You can, face painting, jump houses. There's a thing called Touch a Truck where the kids can see all different kinds of trucks and automobiles. Please drink responsibly.
Yeah,
Yes.
that I can swallow pretty easily.